Hey everybody, this is the Fairy Vibrant Makeup channel. Excuse my face. I had a massive zit on this side of my face. I don't know what's going on. My face is a mess. Anyways, I'm going to do a video in here, and this is actually probably going to be a first of many. I don't know. Let's try it out. This is called Gimmicks or Game Changers. So I know a lot of people do like must-haves or hot or not, stuff like that. So I wanted to try that series out and do a gimmick or a game changer. So there's been a lot of talk of Silisponges, and I had one. I have the flat version. I do have a video on that. I'll link that down below. It's a video using the Silisponge. Then they came out with a 3D Silisponge, which I was like, what? And then I've seen it all over, which to me can be a little crazy and scary. So I went to Marshall's and I found myself a 3D Silisponge. So open that guy up. And then also I've noticed this in a lot of like the storybook cosmetics. They have like a really like unicorn. They start off with the unicorn brushes, and then the whatchamacallit, the mermaid brushes, rose brushes, and then I saw a lot of these. This one is a cheap version, of course. This is Versatile Cosmetic Brush, and I found this at Marshall's for $5.99. This one for $4.99. So I wanted to put these guys to the test to see if they are gimmicks or game changers. So let's go ahead and start with my primer and then foundation, and let's see how this performed. Right, so for primer, I went on with the Laura Geller Spackle Treatment. This is the Even Tone Makeup Primer. I really do like Laura Geller's makeup primers. They're really nice. And then I'm going to use what's left of my Tarte Double Duty Gel Foundation. So I'm just going to get a little bit and just kind of put it where I think I need it, which is everywhere because my skin can misbehave a lot. Okay, now I'm going to take my Silisponge and let's apply. Alright, I wanted to zoom you in to see what it has done. It's not all the way like even. It's weird. I feel like, you see my nose? My foundation never does that. Alright, so it did apply pretty well. I just hate that tacky feeling that it has. I don't know what it is. It just feels icky to me. I feel like my face is icky. But I'm going to go ahead and try some concealer. I'm going to use my Shea Moisture Concealer. My under eyes have been severely dry lately, so let's try. To make this concealer really nice. And I'm just going to wipe off the excess foundation from there, which is easy to get off, which is nice. And let's zoom you in and see how this applies with my concealer. It looks horrendous. I am not liking the way it's applying. It's applying really, really bad. So I'm going to take a brush to fix that. I'm just going to use my flat brush here. It's a foundation brush from Mark, and I'm going to even that out. It's not very good with this concealer, nor do I really like it for my foundation because it kind of settled into my pores. Like, I could see it going into my pores. That's really, really bad. Wow, that did not do me justice. I get the concept, it's really nice, but I just don't. So I'm just gonna try and fix my concealer. I just don't like the way it looks on the skin. It doesn't look right. Sorry, I have to go in. I'm going on a date. I'm not gonna go with accentuated pores. So I'm just going on with this brush because I do like this brush. It's a flat brush from Mark by Avon. I used to sell Avon, so I'm sorry I keep putting that mirror in the way. I'm trying not to make it too cakey right now so that I look a little bit more flawless when I go on my date. To me it matters. I know my husband's seen me without makeup, seen me with makeup, all that jazz. But to me, it matters a little bit, you know? It matters exactly what, I don't know, I just want to look good for my date, and I'm not going out with that. It accentuated my pores, it made it look, my makeup look cakey, it was weird. So, my thoughts on the Silisponge. No. No, no, no. I don't like it at all. I think it's a gimmick. This is not the original Silisponge, you know what I mean? From like, I think it's Beauty Blender that came out with one of their own. I just don't like it. I mean, it's a good idea because then you can wash it off, rinse it off, but it's really sticky and it kind of leaves a stickiness to your skin. I can feel it on my skin and I don't like the way that feels, so I'm like, ew, no, I'm not using this at all. And I mean, it's a good concept to kind of get your makeup on quicker and not soak up product, but I would rather use a brush. I actually use my It Cosmetics blurring foundation brush. That's my favorite brush, but right now it's packed away, so this is my second favorite. This is the Mark by Avon, or you can use something that's similar, and that would be the e.l.f. What is it called? The Ultimate Blending Brush. This is a really good brush as well. So you have alternatives. I seriously would stay away from Real Techniques, even though I use them. I'm actually about to throw these out because I'm done with those, and I tried, maybe I'll try this in case my brushes aren't clean. I have at least this, and this is easy to rinse off and I don't have to wait for it to dry. No, this is gimmicky. It feels sticky, but I understand this is a cheap version. So now let's test out, I can't talk. This Versatile. I think it's cute. I imagine it's probably cheap in weight, as I predicted. Cheap plastic. Ooh. I don't know. There's some like sort of, I don't know. It's pretty dense, so I can see why it would be that perfect foundation brush, but I hate doing this with my foundation. I don't know what it is. So it says it can be bronzer, it can be blush, or highlight. I don't know. Let's grab a bronzer. I'm going to use my Shea Moisture, and this is Cinnamon. So I'm just going to grab some of that, tap off the excess. And I mean, I can see how it can kind of, if you contour, it would be nice to just kind of carve out the contour. Blending it is probably going to be interesting because these are pretty dense bristles. So I'm just afraid of it distorting. See, it kind of distorted. Yeah, see, it distorted my makeup. like a little bit. I don't know. Ah. I just don't want my makeup ruined. I really don't. So, although it's pretty good, I don't think, I mean, it's not really good, but I mean, it's nice enough where I can get in there and make a contour and carve it out, but not necessarily bronze. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my e.l.f. brush to bronze. Because I feel like that just makes it worse. I'm only doing one half of my face because I really want to see how this goes. Just kind of buffing that in. I kind of did this off camera, but on camera it looks crazy. Alright, let's put some blush on. I am going to use my Tarte Amazonian Clay. This is Glisten. This is my favorite shade. I'm just going to grab some on the brush and just kind of tap it on, I guess. Because it's super dense. I can see why it would be for foundation because it is dense. I mean, the blush came on really good. It's not bad. I think where I'm gonna really test it is gonna be in the highlights. So I'm grabbing my Mary Luminizer right there. I'm almost done with this. I'm using my stuff that I use rarely, that I haven't been using rarely, but I need to use up because they're almost done. Whoa. It definitely put on my highlight really intense. Do you see that? I don't even need to put that much. Wow. So there's the cheek with that and the cheek without. It didn't do a bad job. I feel like this is more gimmicky than anything. I kind of want to try my foundation on this side, but I don't want to mess up my makeup. You know what I mean? It's like when you get your makeup going and it looks pretty good so far. I don't want to mess it up. Alright, so I'm going to try this again. Hope for the best. That's all I can do. Use it on this cheek. Okay, there we go. Place it and then maybe like brush off the excess and then just kind of, yeah, see, doing that, it's just a little rough. There we go. Like I can see this working with cream contour. I can definitely see that working with that. I'm just gonna place a little bit here because the second time using it I kind of figured out how I can use it, except for this area. This area is gonna be a little rough, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of buff that in so it doesn't look as muddy. This is a little bit difficult to use, so I don't know. I think it's so far gimmicky, but just fixing my forehead here. Looks very muddy. Alright, so now let's put the blush on. If I can open my blush. I just did my nails too, so I ruined them already. Thought, oh, I'll have some cute nails. Never mind. Just get a little bit of the blush and just go very lightly on the cheek area. So I went a little heavy-handed on this side. That worked pretty good. Oops, totally dropped my bag. Then, of course, highlight, I think it's a win for me, because look at that. It's like, hello. It does get your highlight on there really nice. Looks good. See, I went a little too heavy-handed on this side, so lesson learned. That's not gonna happen. So let me finish up my makeup, and then I'm going to get back on and let you know if these are truly gimmick or game changers. I know I had just filmed this look, and I was editing my video as I was filming. I totally forgot to do my overall thoughts on my product because I was in the middle of getting ready to go pick up my kids, so my bad. I apologize if I have two separate looks in this video, but I wanted to let you know how I felt about that Silisponge and that mermaid tail. I don't have them anymore. I returned them because they were just horrendous, gimmicky, and not my favorite thing to do. It made the sponge, it was really rough. I mean, it was sticky, which is okay, I guess, in some aspects, but it actually accentuated my pores, even though, like, I don't get that from other ways of applying. I know I've used a sponge, and I'm still trying to get myself to train and use a brush instead, but I do use the sponge more, I guess. I didn't really like how it was. It was horrendous. It was uncomfortable. It made me feel sticky. Also with that mermaid thing, it was really good for highlight. However, it's supposed to be kind of like a foundation brush, but the bristles seemed a little shifted in the actual thing. So I don't think it's packed or bound correctly. So I have a feeling chunks would fall out of it. I know that's what happened to the Pure Minerals buffing brush, at least our tester. Because testers are going to look worse than the actual product if you own the actual product. Testers get beaten and bruised through, they've been through all sorts of hell, so that's why they're just a little bit more used and battered and beaten up, because a lot of people touch it. So with that oval blending brush, chunks came out. So I had a feeling that that mermaid brush would probably do the same, just because they weren't packed correctly. I know that doesn't make sense, but I don't think that Pure Minerals brush was packed correctly either. A lot of those that are densely packed like that tend to not be packed correctly sometimes. So I just had a feeling, and it looked like some of the bristles shifted a little bit, but it's great for highlight, blush. I don't want to use that. It's good for kind of contouring a little bit, but I have contour brushes. So yeah, is it a gimmick? Yes, absolutely. Those ones are just straight up gimmicks. But do understand that there are other brands that actually have the original way they're supposed to look. Those ones are probably better quality. But if you want to get more bang for your buck, I would probably get the actual original lines that created those things, like Beauty Blender and the Silisponge, or perhaps I think it's Storybook Cosmetics that did those mermaid tails. I'd get it from them because they're probably more affordable. Well, not affordable, but more bang for your buck. You're going to get the highest quality, and yes, it's going to be a lot more than these were. These were at TJ Maxx. These are probably mass produced in China. That's what my guess is. So they're probably not the best for you. So yes, these are gimmicks. If you are looking for a cheaper option of those real trendy style of brushes or the Silisponge, I would prefer you actually purchase the Beauty Blender version, or whoever created it first, and also Storybook Cosmetics is probably better. So yeah, that's it. I'm sorry there's two separate looks in the video, but yeah, like I said, life happens. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope this helped you kind of see if you wanted to go that cheaper route, and it wouldn't be worth it in the end. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.